Hi everyone, I hope you've had a good week so far. Welcome to your readings for the new moon in Taurus, which is coming up tomorrow. I hope you're doing well. Please feel free to say hi in the live chat. Let me know how you're getting on. It's a new moon, so it's a time to be setting intentions, working on manifestation. And especially with the new moon being in Taurus, this is about abundance. It's about what we value. It's about self-worth. It's about everything around that. So it's about what you want to bring in. It's also a time to really connect with your body, feel more sensual in general, whether by yourself or with other people. Some of you might be getting massages, going to spas, getting your hair done. Others of you might just be, getting more in touch with your body in general. There's lots of things that you can be doing, but it's a time to really try to improve that relationship you have to your body and to the material world as well. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Trisha. I'm going to start off in a moment by looking at the picture for the collective, and then I'll move on to the 12 signs and give us an idea of what we can all be working on. Now, this is about intention setting. It's also about what we can then be bringing in over the next 2 weeks. So these are predictive readings. So work with them on that basis. This will give us an idea of what we're working with. And if you're here, please do like the video and share the video. That helps a huge amount. Hi, Teresa. So first up, we're going to be looking at the picture for the collective. Picture for the collective for this new moon in Taurus coming up on the 4th of May 2019. Please let me know how your week's been going, how things are. The energy has been difficult at times. It should ease a bit as we move into the next week or so. Hi, Fielo. Hi, what else is possible? A few cards jumping already for the collective. Okay, if you need the chance to take a deep breath in, after a couple of deep breaths in, allow yourself to settle in a little bit. Just start to release any stresses or difficult thoughts that you've been carrying around this week. Because this is a new moon, so it is a chance to realign. It's a chance to look at what we value about ourselves and what we want to bring into our lives and how we start to take responsibility for that. So just breathe in, allow yourself to come back to your center, back to your heart space. Just release anything you've been carrying, any sort of negative ideas, any patterns, old ideas about what you should be doing, expectations other people have put on you, anything like this that is out of alignment with your highest good at this time. Because if we're going to work with the energy of Taurus, it is all about self-worth and feeling able to attract the abundance that we need. And that does mean affirming ourselves as well, making sure that we're aware that we are worthy. And that's work for all of us. You need to be opening up at this time, being ready to receive what's coming in. And I feel that it's about opening up to joy as well at this time. It's really about opening up to joy, understanding that joy is available for us, and that we carry that with us, that we can bring it for ourselves at this time. And that also means making decisions about what is and isn't serving us in our lives and as a collective. This is really important work. If something hasn't been serving you for a long time, if there are situations that are holding you back, holding you down, if you're just tired of them, then you need to be closing it off and opening up to something new. This is like, you don't need to keep going through the same old things that aren't paying off, if you like. By all means, be patient, be open, but where things are just hurting you, it really is kind of time to move on. With the High Priestess showing up, this is all about that knowledge that we hold now, the knowledge that we know deep in our hearts, and even lower than that, that intuition, that instinct that you're holding that tells you, one, what isn't serving you, but two, what you need to be open to, what you need to be bringing in. And deep in there as well is self-worth. It's self-worth and being able to work with that. You don't need to tear up your whole self-image. You don't need to tear up your whole life, but you need to be able to make a choice on what is and isn't serving you. So yeah, some things you're going to hold out for, but some you're not. Some you've had enough, and it's time now to go and do something else. And deep down, you know which those are. You know the difference between those. So there's no need to keep putting you through yourself through things that you genuinely don't want to be doing, the things that you genuinely don't want, the situations that you don't want to be in. But it's not about the fall. So you're not having to make drastic changes. You're not having to let go of too much, especially materially. But it is about welcoming in a change in how you view yourself and the hope that you carry to actually be able to receive and to be able to share with other people. The Two of Pentacles coming up. There are choices that you're having to make, but this is about how you allow yourself to emerge, how you allow yourself to become more. So what's been weighing you down? What's been weighing you down over the recent period and maybe longer? What feels like a weight that you're carrying? What feels like an old commitment that doesn't do it for you anymore, doesn't serve you anymore? What belief systems do you hold about yourself or about the world that don't serve you or don't help you anymore? Because that's where you're getting trapped, and that's the stuff that has to go. I feel like the good is already in our lives in a lot of places, but we're allowing ourselves to just get dragged back to stuff that we don't want, and that's what has to be released. The Four of Pentacles is showing up as well. So this really is then, what are we clinging on to so tightly that is literally choking us? What have we been told about ourselves? What have we told ourselves about ourselves? What are the things that we repeat to ourselves that are harmful to us? What are the things that we don't feel worthy of? What are the things that we're not willing to reach for because we don't believe it's possible? Because that is what has to shift at this time. We have to be more open than this. Otherwise, we just go round in some old circles again and again. Also, what do you value in your life? What is important? What would you like more of? What would you like to expand? How are you stopping that from expanding? These are kind of the things. This is the dichotomy with the Two of Pentacles. On the one hand, it's what isn't helping you, what's weighing you down. But on the other, it's what do you value intensely, but are you not allowing them to grow and to flourish? It's those. With the Queen of Swords showing up, then it becomes about being able to discern, to decide between those, being able to make that choice. Because if we're opening ourselves up to receive more, then it's absolutely essential that we're releasing what we don't want, what doesn't serve us, the belief systems that are old, the things that disconnect us from our true selves, that disconnect us from our bodies, from valuing and loving ourselves. These are the things that need to kind of be shaken out and said goodbye to in order to make space for us to be able to bring in more of what does serve us. And I don't feel like it has to be brand new stuff for a lot of us, but I feel it's about what expands and what's in the way of what we want to expanding. That's the key picture at the moment for the collective. So this is about how we look at ourselves, how we value ourselves, how we relate to each other, and how we offer a bit of hope to each other, how we kind of release our tight grip on certain things. This is mine, I have to keep this, no one else can come near it, it's too precious, too valuable. We have to be looser than that. We have to be able to see that opening ourselves more to each other and sharing a bit more is not going to be harmful to us. That's kind of the collective picture. Moving on now to the 12 signs. We'll be starting off with Aries. Hi, Mahari. So Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising. For this new moon in Taurus, what are you going to be working on manifesting, Aries? Are you opening to? Aries. Aries. Hi, Sarah. Aries. Hi, Ladybug. Things can go fast for you at this time, Aries. Really, really fast if you want them to. But this needs you then to be focused. It really needs you to be focused on what you want to expand, what you desire. For a lot of you, this is absolutely a relationship question, Aries. I feel a number of you have been in a situation where maybe you're attracted to somebody or you're dating them casually or something similar, and you've got to know them quite well, but you haven't admitted to deep feelings to them, or you haven't admitted that you want a deeper relationship with them, or you've been closed off in some other sense. And it's like deep down, you know, this is a major thing. This is a good thing. It's a really, really good thing. But you've been wanting to take it slow. You've been wanting to take it slow, take it slow. I have to put more into this. I have to see, I have to learn what this is. It's going to take a bit more time. I'm going to go after this over time. I don't want to commit yet. But I feel that shifting for you over this new moon and the coming period, Aries. With the 8 of Wands, you're carrying a lot of fire into this, a lot of dynamism into this. It's an exciting situation for you. And possibly because it's a little exciting, you don't necessarily trust your feelings. And you're kind of like, well, hold on. I don't want to get pinned down. But I feel this can go a lot faster still. It can go a lot faster than you're allowing it to. I feel that with the 8 of Pentacles, it's been a little bit slow. You've been holding this at a distance in some sense. You've been making it into an area of work and development, but you haven't been really feeling into it. You haven't really been feeling into it, Aries. You haven't been allowing yourself to feel how strong your emotions and your feelings are here. That is changing for you at this time with the 2 of Cups. So this feels like genuine love. This feels really, really close, really, really exciting. But you have to open yourself to that. And I feel that You've been telling yourself that you can't be open to that at this time, that you're not ready for a commitment, or that you're not, or on some level, you don't believe you're worthy of a commitment, worthy of a deeper form of love. And so you've been holding it off. With the Eight of Wands, you've kind of been feeling like you want the out. You want to be able to escape if you can. You've been putting work in, sure, but you've not been wanting to commit to a deep, deep loving connection with the Two of Cups. But I feel that that is opening for you at this time, Aries. It opens with the Page of Swords coming up. So this is potentially an air sign that this concerns. That could be Gemini, that could be Libra, that could be Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I feel like this person is somebody who excites you on a level, but you don't quite know what to make of them. They seem a little unpredictable. They're a little unpredictable, and that at times has put you on the back foot. But I feel like you've kind of tried a bit too hard to kind of be steady and hold this off and not feel too much. And that is needing to shift at this time, Aries. There's a chance for you to really, really open to this and open to this person who I feel will become more and more dynamic as you allow yourself to flow into this as well. This is also a time for you to be talking with this person. There needs to be more communication. I feel like the Eight of Wands, I mean the Eight of Pentacles, you've been resisting this deep connection, this level of communication. So that's what needs to open over this new moon. And beyond that for you is connecting in that deeper way, Aries. I feel that what this gives you is it gives you a more solid foundation with this person with the Ace of Pentacles. It gives you a deeper level of understanding, a deeper level of trust, and it makes you a bit less flighty than you are at the moment. I feel like you've been so intent on not being tied down, not being pinned down, that you've been holding your own feelings off, holding them off, and yet deep down you know that this is something real. There's a real connection here, and this is your opportunity to explore that, Aries. That's the main guidance for you for this new moon in Taurus. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Taurus. So Taurus, we have a new moon tomorrow in your sign. Hi Tara, hi Karma. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising for this new moon in Taurus. 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 Thank you, Trisha. Okay, Taurus. You're not allowing yourself to think that big at the moment. You're not allowing yourself to think that big at the moment, even though you're the sign most associated with abundance. Even though this new moon is in your sign, you're sort of like, you even have an idea of what your goals might be, but you feel like they're so far away that you can't see your way towards them. And I feel that what is holding you back here is old ways of doing things. So you have this belief that in order to really achieve what you want, it's going to take years of work, years of study, years of living up to other people's expectations. So you're locked into this old mindset. You're locked into this old mindset that means that you go very, very slowly. And at this time, you're not really going at all. So you're not bringing in too much that is new. You're not really expanding. It's making you quite rigid. And I feel that this comes from self-image issues. It comes from self-worth issues. It comes from a long established belief that you're not good enough to be a success, to have the things that you want. So there's this pain within this, and I feel this, people have told you your work's not good enough. People have told you you're not good enough. This has held you back quite a lot. And there's still an area of this that needs to go. It really needs to go, because you're not allowing yourself the freedom to pursue the things that you want. And you're convincing yourself that you have to go really, really slowly to get to them. I don't feel like you do. I feel you're going to get some really big opportunities in the next couple of weeks. You have the Two of Swords showing up, and this is that lack of self-belief. This is you kind of looking over your shoulder, holding tight, but you're not believing that you can attract the things that you want, or else you're believing that it's going to take too long, it's too much, and so you're sticking. You need to make a decision to actually move forward at this time, Taurus, because this is, it feels tight. It feels tight. And the issue is that you can't quite visualize yourself where you want to be, or you're not allowing yourself to believe it at this time. That's where it's proving so difficult. These are learned belief systems with the Hierophant coming in. Learned belief systems, things that other people taught you that do not hold true for who you are and not for where you are at this time. You have to believe in your ability to be able to go faster, to get there quicker. And that once you are in motion, things will happen really, really quickly, because it's like you're holding back. It's like you're at the start line, but you're holding back. You're not going off and after the things that you want, Taurus. The Chariot is showing up. So there's this need to go with what's in your heart and really push forward at this time. Allow yourself to be freed up, but allow yourself to believe that you can genuinely have those things, to see yourself in the situation that you want to be in, to see yourself with all the things around you that you desire truly, that you want truly. Angel de la Nuit shows up, which is an extra card in this deck. So this is about actually allowing yourself to accept that the difficulties, the bad times are behind you, that you're now free from that. You don't have to play by those old rules anymore. You're far, far freer than that. And with the Three of Swords coming up, that is going to help you to heal your heart. But you're only going to heal your heart if you allow yourself to really feel into it, to understand where the hurt comes from, those belief systems that hold you back, where those come from, and to work through those, accept their existence. Definitely accept their existence. You can't deny where you've come from, but not be held back by it any longer. So as of this new moon, Taurus, you need to be making a move towards those things that you want. There do have to be movement on your part. I feel like you're holding and waiting for the right time, and this is the right time, and your self-image is going to be transformed as you allow yourself to believe that you can have those things that you want. I hope that makes sense for you, Taurus. The next sign is going to be Gemini. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising for this new moon in Taurus. Gemini. Hi, Dee. Gemini. Thank you, Dee. Hi, Patricia. Okay, Gemini. Love situation coming up predominantly for you, Gemini, and this might play out in other areas of life, obviously, because this is the general energy for your sign. But I'm feeling big changes in terms of your love life, Gemini, and I feel like it's not a new beginning. This isn't a new person, but this is somebody who you're going to connect to on a deeper level and who you're going to make a decision to connect to on a deeper level. And I feel this is somebody who you've been interested in for some time, focused on for some time. I feel like you felt guided towards this person. I feel like this is a very sensitive person, a very intuitive person who this relates to. They show up as the Queen of Cups. And so the sense that I'm getting here is they've been wondering whether they're in or not. I feel like you've been quite focused. You're clear that if they're in, you're in. But if they're not in, you're not sure where that leaves you. And that's been quite difficult for you. But I don't feel like this is a sudden new beginning. I feel like this is a development. This is where a connection moves on to the next level, if that makes sense for you, Gemini. So with the Queen of Cups, it's not an Ace of Wands situation. So this isn't about starting something brand new with someone new. This isn't about turning your back on someone either. This is about things becoming more real, moving on to the next level. You're another sign with the Two of Cups showing up. So I feel like there is this deep connection, this genuine love. And actually, it also needs you to allow yourself to feel that deep and genuine love, because there's somebody who you're interested in, who you're attracted to, who you feel a connection to, you feel the strong draw to them. But I feel like you've been almost trying to diffuse your feelings with a bit of humor rather than feel them as deeply as they actually are. But I feel like that kind of has to come to a halt now, and you have to be really clear about your feelings. If this is somebody who you are really feeling it for, you need to be honest with them. You need to be clear with them. You need to be asking them to connect to you in a deeper way, Gemini. That shows up with judgment. And I feel like that's the serious bit that you've been avoiding, Gemini. That's the serious bit that you've been avoiding. So whatever it is that you actually feel that deeply, that strongly, and for a lot of you it's a relationship situation or one that you hope can be, you need to be open and honest about your strength of feeling and not trying to laugh it off, not try to mess about or just play about. When you do that, I feel like things then move really, really quickly for you. With the 8 of Wands showing up, I feel like this can really become something. The 8 of Wands and Judgment and the 2 of Cups showing up together, I feel that this can be fast moving. This can become more of a whirlwind romance. And I feel like the passion starts to come into it. The passion hasn't been in it because you haven't been truly open about your feelings in a serious way. But now you need to be, Gemini. You need to be clear on who you are, what you want, what you feel, in order that you can actually then connect to that energy and can go somewhere. You don't need to be looking elsewhere. You don't need to be looking for a way out, anything like it. But you need to be ready to be open and honest. And that means getting into your feelings, and it means speaking those, Gemini. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this new moon in Taurus on the 4th of May 2019. Cancer. Gemini, yeah, I feel like where that is a relationship, that person is right there. They're just waiting for you to say it. Cancer. Cancer. Okay. You're another sign that is holding back, holding off, Cancer. You're another sign who needs to address self-worth issues, belief systems regarding yourself, the things that you know are wrong, and yet you're still allowing them to hold sway over you, Cancer. This is a common theme. It's a common picture at this time. As with the collective, the High Priestess is showing up as your first card as well. So you're in alignment in that sense, Cancer. But you have one foot in the past and one in the future. And if you keep that foot in the past, then the future can't happen. And the reason this is coming up is, again, because of the way someone spoke to you or what somebody taught you to believe about yourself. I feel like somebody bullied you or ran you down earlier in life, or maybe more recently, but there's been a situation where somebody really damaged your self-image and your self-worth, and you've kind of tried to be, oh no, I'm fine, I'm strong enough, I can deal with that, nothing scares me, nothing bothers me, I'm absolutely fine. But I feel like you haven't admitted that to yourself, and so on a deep level this is still affecting you. So you're trying to be a Queen of Wands. You are trying to just be, oh no, nothing gets to me. It's all water off a duck's back. I'm absolutely fine. Look how amazing I am. And you've moved forward a long way, but you're still affected by this stuff. So we need you to feel in this weekend, Cancer, into those beliefs, those things that you were told about yourself that made you feel not good enough, that on some level still make you feel that you're not good enough, because those are what you need to make a break from at this time. These are what you need to make a break with at this time. That shows up for you as the Ace of Swords. The intention that you set here is really, really important. It doesn't mean things shift overnight, but it means that you make that decision not to be governed by those things that were said to you or about you. It means that you make a decision to recognize the hurt and how that's held you back. And you make a decision to recognize where you're being affected by that. Catch yourself when you're being affected by those things, where they hold you back, where it stops you from doing what you truly want, what you truly desire, what's in your heart. Three of Wands is showing up for you, so it will take a little while for you to see the effects of this shift. But that's all the more reason why you need to be doing it now, working with this new moon energy to open yourself up. And with that, moving to a space then where you can say that those ghosts of the past no longer affect you. They no longer affect you. You're becoming much, much stronger, but you can only do that by admitting where you're being held back at the moment. You have to start from where you are, Cancer. This is vital. You don't have to put on a tough face or a facade or anything like it. But you need to admit where you've been holding yourself back, where it's coming from, and to make that break. With the Angel de la Nuit showing up for you as well, the extra card in this deck. This is all about being able to be kind and loving to yourself, to show yourself the way forward, and being open to more loving figures connecting with you, helping you along. You need to have that self-worth for yourself in order to recognize that coming in from other people, because I feel like they are coming in for you very, very shortly. But it needs you to be open in that way, Cancer, from this time. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this new moon in Taurus. And please remember to like the video and share the video, everyone. Leo. Leo. You have been avoiding something, Leo, and what you're avoiding is, it's like a realization of your situation. I feel like it's almost like you've been going round in circles trying to keep all these parts of your life happening, all of these things going on, this and this and this and this. I can't take my attention off this for a moment, but that's important as well. I've got a responsibility here, I've got a commitment over there, and you're trying to live up to something that isn't yours. You're trying to live up to someone else's conception, Leo, and as a result of that, you're not in your own power, you're not feeling strong, you're not feeling in control, in charge. And that's where you're struggling. So this is what we need to work on for you this weekend as well, Leo. And this means that you need to be looking at your situation as it is. You need to be looking at your life as it is. You need to be looking at what is working and what isn't working and what you want to expand and what, to be frank, you could do without. And it's like that. King of Swords is showing up for you, so you need to be really clear. You need to be decisive. You need to make decisions at this time on what you can really do without and what you want to expand, what you want more of. I don't feel like these are new beginnings, but I feel this is where you have to be coming in, and it has to be a rational decision. You need to be thinking at this time, Leo. It's not about the King of Cups. So this isn't about pretending that everything is fine, that you've got everything, that nothing's going wrong, nothing's going to bother you, nothing is in your way. I feel like things are in your way. And I feel that one of the problems is that you're hanging on to commitments, responsibilities, or beliefs that are old, that were useful, that were valuable, that meant a lot to you. But now they don't. Now they absolutely don't. And this is holding you down. I feel you're just having to, it's like you're spinning plates, to be honest, Leo. That's sort of the sense that I get. It's too many things. Too many things. That means that nothing can really grow. Two of Pentacles shows up for you, just as it did for the collective, in what you need to be focusing on at this time. So this really is about saying that time is up on some things. Time is up on some things, because with the Ten of Wands, you're under all of this pressure. It's exhausting, it's tiring, and you're not doing it for you. And what you're not doing for you is, it's not worth it. This isn't an endurance test, Leo. This is about what you want for yourself. What you want for yourself, what is going to make you feel strong, assured, and in control. We need you to move to a space of the King of Wands. So you need to be setting the agenda, Leo. You can't set the agenda when you're running around doing a million different things, sometimes on behalf of other people rather than on behalf of yourself. It takes that clear view, but that willingness to cut away what is wrong, what is in the way, what isn't right for you, in order that you can move into that powerful space, rather than feeling so drained, or rather than feeling like you have to pretend everything is fine, even though it's not. Because I feel like this is getting to you. I feel like over time, this will cause you more and more difficulties. I feel it might damage your relationships. You might lash out at people or become more upset, a bit more moody. So you have to call time on those things that are not working in order to allow those things that are to expand, and in order to receive the things that you truly want at this time, Leo. You have to value yourself enough to do that. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Virgo. Hi, Super Angry Koala. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this new moon in Taurus on the 4th of May, 2019. Hi, Danielle. Virgo. Virgo. Virgo, firstly, it's the springtime and you're an earth sign, so go outside, be in nature, smell the flowers, ground yourself. This is your natural element. The sun's in earth as well, and the moon's in earth, so get out and do that. I feel like you've been a little bit turned off by a number of things. You're feeling like things are not moving fast enough for you, or that things are not exciting enough, not exhilarating enough. And you're looking at things, you're weighing them up, you're not terribly happy as a result, and you're ungrounded. You're ungrounded, and you're too up in your head and being like, why is nothing exciting coming my way? Maybe I should start these new things and these new things and these new things and these new things. It's a bit much. I don't feel like this is about starting new things at all for you, Virgo. I feel you're already doing the right things, but I feel that you're ungrounded and you need to be working on that. You're showing up as the King of Swords. So the sense that I get again is that you're all too eager, you Virgo, to end things when you don't need to. It's a bit different from the other signs, but you're kind of like, I'm bored, I'm going to end this, do something else. Maybe this will excite me, maybe this will excite me. You're casting your net quite wide. You're quite dispassionate about the things and the people around you. And that's not terribly honest. I feel that it comes from a lack of truly feeling into things. And it comes from an idea that you have to be further along than this, that you have to be more successful than this. So this is like your belief system. You value your worth only on material achievement rather than the experience itself. And then you beat yourself up for not being as advanced as you would want to be. It's not about the Two of Wands. So it really isn't about having to go and kick off new things, to pour energy in, pour energy in, pour energy in, but nor is it about needing to go and start other new things as well. I don't feel it's like that for you at all, Virgo. Queen of Pentacles is showing up, and we need you to be back in this space. This is you grounding. It means you getting out in nature as well, but it also means you recognizing that you actually have the key to your success in what you're already doing. But the success is there already, because I feel like you're judging yourself by really unfair standards. You're holding yourself to impossible standards. That's why it's so difficult for you at this time. With the Four of Wands, I feel that you need to be celebrating where you're up to, instead recognizing the work that you put in, because you're doing yourself down. You're not giving yourself the recognition you deserve. You're not grounding yourself. You're not looking after yourself physically. Some of you aren't eating properly and need to be as well. But you need to recognize the work that you've put in, the things that you've been doing, and that is valuable in itself. And that there is more value that's going to come, but it's going to come from continued work over time with the 8 of Pentacles. Can you value what you're doing, Virgo? Can you value your own contributions, your own successes, your own achievements? Because you need to be. You need to be in that space in order that you can then achieve more, commit more, be able to keep going. And it is just keeping going for you, Virgo. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here. You absolutely don't. You're doing the right things. You're in the right place. You absolutely are. But for me, I feel the key here is about the Queen of Pentacles. You see, I feel like you've started something, the door is now open, but you need to go through and commit to it now. That's your choice this weekend, Virgo, more than anything else. Allow that to expand. You don't need to keep looking elsewhere. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Libra. You're not the only one needing a trim, Trisha. I haven't had a haircut or a trim in over 3 months. I can't get an appointment with my hairdresser. London has like 3 or 4 people who know how to cut natural curls. It's a ridiculously low number. I don't know what I'm going to do about it yet. I'll figure something out. The next sign is Libra. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. For this new moon in Taurus on the 4th of May 2019. Libra. Yeah, my greys are also showing super angry koala. I mean, at least this is faded to a kind of ash that kind of means that the greys sort of blend in, but I can assure you there's kind of stacks of them, as you can see. If anyone would like to come to London, cut my hair, or pay my airfare to America where I can get it done properly, that'd be great. Yeah, I know. In the States, you have all the hairdressers who've trained at Diva and Weed Out and all these places. They know exactly what they're doing. And over here, very much less so. But thank you, everyone. So Libra. Are you overly focused on one thing, Libra? Is it somewhere that you're trying to prove yourself? Trying to prove yourself worthy, and you're having second thoughts? You're having second thoughts. For some of you, this is in relation to somebody you're interested in. For others of you, it's in relation to work. But you're struggling to be all in because you're struggling to see where it's going. You're like, I need a sign of where this is going, or I can't be all in. I can't follow it. So you're not allowing yourself that. You're vacillating in a sense, Libra. Again, you're in line with the collective, with the Two of Pentacles, you know, because that is one of the energies of the time. It's not a healthy one. With the Eight of Wands showing up, you want things to move faster, much faster than they are, and you're questioning them because they're not. You're questioning the universe because they're not. Why isn't this moving faster? Aren't I putting enough in? Aren't I showing myself? Why isn't this relationship kicked on? Why isn't this job kicked on? Why aren't I getting the clients that I want? Why aren't I getting the returns that I want? It's this kind of energy. And you're tempted to sort of turn away and be like, oh, fuck it then. Not worth it. But that's not what you need to be doing at this time, Libra. So it's not about the Five of Wands. It's not about giving up and doing something else because it's too much for you. You need to remember why you started doing what you're doing in the first place. If that's somebody you're interested in, what attracted you to them, what your feelings for them are. If it's to do with work, it's why you got involved with that kind of work in the first place. What is the reason you're doing it? What's it for? Is it to be in service? Is it to develop yourself? Is it to test yourself in certain ways, to build new skills? Or is it all about the money? Because I feel you have to be going with feeling, and the money will follow when you do. And you might be just fixated too much on seeing that material stuff and wanting the movement and not actually following your feelings enough. You have the Magician showing up. So this is all about coming back to yourself, your own commitment to this, your own abilities to create. This is the magic that you're carrying right here, Libra. And it's like you're denying yourself this because you're looking externally for the signs, for the signals, for the validation, but there's no need. With the Ace of Cups, you need to get back into that feeling, into the joy that this situation brought you in the first place, why you stepped into it. Because that is the thing that is going to fuel you and allow you to be able to move forward. And then there can be some swiftness with the Eight of Wands, but it's more natural. It's not forced. It's not forced. It doesn't have to be. That will take you to a more fulfilling place, Libra. It will take you to a place of the Ten of Pentacles. So this will give you the things that you want and that you need materially and spiritually. You'll be right there. But only if you're going about this from the right place. So that's what you come back to this weekend, Libra. What is your guiding principle? What is your guiding light? What led you into this? Can you come back to that and work on that basis? And not on the basis, oh, I need success now, I need this now, I need this now, I need this now. The universe isn't going to play to your timetable, Libra. It doesn't work that way. You will get there. You will absolutely get there. Like Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. These are fantastic energies to be working with. So is the Magician. You don't have to leave it alone or go anywhere. But it's all about how you align yourself to that heartfelt energy and that belief in yourself that allows you to get to where you need to be, Libra. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising for this new moon in Taurus on the 4th of May 2019. Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. Okay, it's an interesting picture for you, Scorpio. You're in a relationship situation, most of you, or a situation elsewhere in life, and in the moment it feels great. And then you're not really feeling it. And then the moment it feels great. And then you're not really feeling it. And when it feels great, it's great. And you're totally invested. And when it's not, you're kind of, what is this? What's it for? That's how your Two of Pentacles is playing out, Scorpio. So what are we going to do with this? Showing up as the Four of Pentacles. So you're quite defensive. I feel like because when this is good, it's good, you don't want to let go of it. And you're trying to put out of your mind at those times when it's not fulfilling for you, when it's not doing it for you. I mentioned this for situations, but this is also to do with the way in which you view yourself, the way in which you approach life as a whole. When this belief system pays off for me, it's great. When it doesn't, it's a load of shit. But when it does, it's great. But you can't ignore, you can't adhere to a belief system or self-beliefs that are really great in some situations but do not fit in others. You can't do that. It's really unbalanced. It's really, really unbalanced. And with the Two of Wands showing up in the not position, you're just not really feeling it. You're not really feeling it, and you're kind of blaming yourself, but it's not about you. It's more about the values that you're carrying, because you're doing yourself an injustice here. With the Nine of Cups showing up, you have to be open to adjustments, changes to your situations and to your belief systems that are going to open you to better things, to more emotional satisfaction, more emotional fulfillment, because at the moment your intentions are off, and that's what's making you so rigid and defensive with the Four of Pentacles, Scorpio. And this means that you have to be prepared to make the switch here, to re-evaluate, to change things, to affirm yourself, and to say goodbye to what isn't fulfilling enough for you. And maybe it was at one stage, but now it's not. And that's showing up for you with the Eight of Cups. You have to look at walking away. With the Seven of Swords, then you actually take that step and you do that. You draw lines under what is not fulfilling for you, what is not meaningful enough for you, what is not serving you anymore, and you open yourself up to what will do. With that Nine of Cups, what do you truly want? Is this situation what you truly want? Are your beliefs in alignment with what you truly want? If not, you have to release those. You have to make those shifts, those changes at this time, Scorpio, in order to attract what you do genuinely want. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sag. Sag. Are you holding grudges, Sagittarius? Because either you're holding grudges or someone's holding grudges against you, and you're not being open about them, but you're carrying them. And it means that you're judging people harshly, you're not accepting apologies, you're reading the worst into what someone else says or does. And this is an approach that you've taken in order at some stage to protect yourself, to close yourself off. But it's also meaning that you're not seeing remotely the best in people. You're not seeing much hope in some people because you're carrying this grudge, this thing that was unsaid, or that you never allowed to go or to die. So showing up as the Four of Cups, this interest in that person, in what they're going through, in their capacity to change, to grow, or to be somebody who is meaningful in your life. So you're not feeling the star at all, but nor are you letting anything go. You're carrying this around with you. You're carrying this around with you, and you're probably on some level carrying around grudges towards yourself as well, or old stuff towards yourself as well. But it's grudges. It's this stuff that you're carrying around that you need to be letting go of, Sagittarius, because I feel the stuff you're carrying those around over is not even new. Some of those people may not even be in your life anymore, but they're living in here. So you're still carrying that around. There might be some cord cutting to do, some stuff to do to release that stuff, the way that it's influencing you, Sagittarius, because it kind of is, and it's making you very sort of cynical, skeptical, not that loving, and that's not a great place for you to be. With the world showing up, you need to recognize that things have moved on, that you've moved on. You don't need to keep coming back to this, and you need to be open to seeing better in people, to deeper experiences, deeper levels of contact, having more and better people around you, Sagittarius. Doesn't mean you allow just anyone around you either. Boundaries are important, but I feel that you have to be able to be open to loving contact and interactions, and just more open than this to seeing a bit of hope, because I feel you've really restricted yourself in how you connect to people, in which people you connect to, and you're carrying around all these old ties, all these old beliefs about other people and about yourself, and you're not allowing the love to come in as a result. Five of Cups comes up for you as well, Sagittarius. So you've kind of marooned yourself, if you like. As a result of this, you've really cut off contact to a lot of people, stopped allowing yourself the space to feel. And it needs you to be more open. It needs you to be more loving. It needs you to recognize people's capacity to be good for you. And it needs you to recognize your capacity to connect to people in a warm and loving way as well. And to recognize the parts of this that you're responsible for, the things that you can change. So you need to move into this space of the King of Cups, Sagittarius. And this may also mean for you opening yourself more to a water sign energy. So that could be Cancer, that could be Scorpio, that could be Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But it's more openness in general. It doesn't mean not having boundaries, but it means not expecting the worst, seeing the worst. It also means not denying your feelings and your hurts, because I feel these grudges are being carried around because you've denied your own hurts and how they influence you. That's the stuff that has to go out at this time, because it's harming your self-worth, it's harming your ability to attract the relationships that you need in your life, Sagittarius. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for this new moon in Taurus, the 4th of May 2019. Capricorn. It's good to have you back, Super Angry Koala. You need to be ready to go at this time, Capricorn, ready to do stuff. The time for kind of being all in your feelings and your thoughts and being, ugh, I'm bored, all of this. When's the right time for me to act on this, to do this? The time for that is kind of over at this time, Capricorn. I feel that what you move on at this time is going to see swift results, is going to see fast results. This is true in work, it's true in relationships, it's true in other areas of life. So if there's something that you need to be initiating, putting fuel into, putting energy into, this is the time to be doing it, Capricorn. This is absolutely the time to be doing it. Now, I feel like you've been waiting for a sign, waiting for the go ahead. You don't need anyone to give you the go ahead. You can already go and do what you need to, Capricorn. Even if it takes other people by surprise, you absolutely can. The Two of Wands is showing up for you. So I feel that things can catch fire very, very quickly for you. And I feel, as well as this, that the stuff that is old can disintegrate really quickly as well. So if there's old patterns that you want rid of, once you get moving, those are going to fade into the background. They're going to disappear into the past, Capricorn. I feel like a lot of you are holding off because you're like, I want to be sure, or I'm not ready, or I'm not healed enough, or I need to be this, I need to have done this, I need to have reached this stage, and then I can go. Then I can start this project, then I can expand in this way. Then I can tell that person how much they mean to me. But it's not about that. You don't have to be a Queen of Cups either. So there's no need to deny difficulties or feelings. But I feel this is about being able to move to a stage where you move past that. Where you absolutely move past that. So you go with those new things. I feel like you don't need to worry too much about old things that you've said, that you've told other people, or that you've told yourself. This is about new now. This is about new things expanding for you. With the Three of Wands showing up, I feel that you can deal with what's in front of you, but you need to get going. Once you get going, it'll get easier. You're more apprehensive than anything else. With the Ace of Cups showing up as well, I do get this sense that you're going to get big successes coming in. You're going to get big successes coming in really, really quickly. And then you're going to feel really, really powerful with the 7 of Wands coming in. You're going to feel on top of the world, really able to get where you need to be. But you have to break out of this waiting space, this waiting for the sign, or that doesn't feel like me. I don't care if it feels like you or not. Because what other people think you're going to do, it doesn't matter. But you need to be going after that at this time, Capricorn. That's the big break for you around this new moon. You have to allow yourself to go after what you truly desire, want, need. It's a really good, fertile time for you to be acting. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising for this new moon in Taurus on the 4th of May 2019. Aquarius. You talk a really good fight, Aquarius. You can be very convincing, or at least you feel you can be very convincing. You feel you get people's attention. People want to listen to you. You're obviously an expert in the stuff you're talking about, or at least you've told yourself that you are. I feel like you might be annoying a few people, Aquarius. A few people might be getting wound up with you deciding that you're an expert on every little thing. I feel like you've decided that because you're an expert, you have to share your wisdom. You have to therefore guide everyone through what they're doing, give your opinion, give your advice, whether or not they've asked for it, Aquarius. And careful, careful. You're showing up as the King of Swords. You're showing up as the King of Swords. So I feel like there's not a lot of feeling in this. I feel like you're not giving people space to grow. I feel like you think you're doing them a favor. You think you're doing them a favor, but actually they haven't asked for this. And you're being a bit disrespectful. And so this is what you're going to be shifting at this time. You might not feel like you have much to learn from other people either. And I feel like the problem is that when you take this approach, they may teach you a more difficult lesson. So it's not about the 6 of Pentacles. You don't have to be giving of yourself in whatever sense, Aquarius. It's not about that at this time. You see, it's not always a time to guide and to teach. Sometimes you need to allow people to be, or let them come to you, or say what they want or what they need from you and respond to that. And sometimes you need to get on with your own stuff rather than focusing so much on other people's stuff. 5 of Swords is showing up as a bit of a warning for you, Aquarius. Be careful with what you're doing because somebody may kick off at you. This may come back to haunt you. And it's unnecessary. I don't feel like you have bad intentions incidentally, but I do feel like you're a bit full of yourself at times. So you need to come back a bit from that. It's a learning experience for you. You need to embody, I would say, the higher Aquarian energy of this time, of the star. You can be a guiding light for people without stepping in all the time. People can know that you're there to help, to guide, to support, to help them work through stuff. And that's a lot better than what feels quite cold at the moment. Not that humane, not that connected. People's feelings are involved, Aquarius. Your feelings are going to get involved too, and not in a good way if you keep this up. So this is the change that you're making at this time. Allow people to come to you. Allow yourself to be guided to the right people, but don't force the issue. With the Hierophant showing up, you have a lot of knowledge, but the knowledge that you're working with here is all about knowing when to step in and when not to. Hold that knowledge right there with you. The things that you've learned, and you're learning more from these experiences. But you really need to be stepping back a bit, focusing more on yourself, because I feel as well for some of you this is a coping method. You're covering something up within yourself. You're not allowing yourselves to ask for help either when you need that, and that's the truth. Busy offering advice and help to everyone else and not accepting it from other people. Some people have guidance for you as well, and that can come in for you. People can advise you and help you through your stuff. But if you're winding them up too much, they'll come at you with a sword instead. And that's kind of your choice, Aquarius. That's the adjustment you need to be making at this time. I hope that makes sense for you. The final sign is going to be Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising for this new moon in Taurus on the 4th of May 2019. Pisces. Pisces. A big part of you, Pisces, and this is some Pisces in particular, are in this space where you don't quite believe things are ever going to get better, to expand, to improve, to become more meaningful, to become more hopeful for you. And you're kind of having to work to stay afloat, but I feel like you've kind of attached yourself to this belief that things never quite get there, and you're not really reaching out for help with anything either. I feel like you're cutting yourselves off, you're isolating yourself in work. Some of you are isolating yourself in relationships, you're cutting yourself off to connections, loving connections, collaborations, partnerships of all kinds, trying to go it alone. Okay, you're trying to go it alone because you feel like nobody else is going to understand or be able to offer anything that helps you at this time, Pisces. Strength is showing up for you. So you're trying to do it all alone. This is the sense that I get. anyone coming in, being close to me in whatever sense, is going to get in the way, is going to make it worse. So you've closed yourself off. You've closed yourself off into this space of the Nine of Pentacles. I'm going to be best by myself. And yet by yourself, you're not doing the best. In fact, things are falling short. You're not getting the things that you want or that you need. And that's because there's a need for you to open up. And you're not opening up because there's a lack of trust. And you're not willing to face and deal with the things that you believe about yourself that mean that you don't allow yourself to truly enter into partnerships of whatever kind at the moment, Pisces. And that's the difficulty for you. The moon is showing up for you here. So with this new moon, you really need to be opening yourself to a change in this regard. An ability to be able to build and construct things alongside other people and not just by yourself. And that means addressing those trust issues, those insecurities, because you're closing off and you need to be opening and working with this new moon to bring in those partnerships, those opportunities for connection. The Knight of Pentacles shows up. So I feel that in particular an earth sign is going to be available to help you at this time, but only if you're willing to make that connection, Pisces. Only if you're willing to open yourself up to connections of that nature. And there is somebody who's an earth sign, probably. This could be Taurus, this could be Virgo, this could be Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you open yourself up, I feel this is somebody who can really help you, really make some kind of commitment to you that moves you both forward. And this could be in business, but it could also be in your love life. Your final card, Pisces, is the Lovers. So this is about your willingness to open up, allow somebody in to work closely with you. And that also means addressing your trust issues, because I feel like you're blocking yourself from the things that you need to be receiving at this time for that reason. I hope that makes sense for you, Pisces. That is all 12 signs. Thank you all for watching throughout those. Please remember to like the video and share the video. If you'd like to book a personal tarot reading, my details are just in the box below. I'm also now offering astrology readings as well. The details for those are also in the box below. If my work helps you, please consider leaving me a tip or a donation. Please like and share the video. I have time now to pull cards for 1 or 2 people. So if you have a question for me, please pop your question in the live chat and I will see which of you I am drawn to. And obviously, please remember that if there's anything else I can help you with, please do get in touch. If you'd like me to read at an event or collaborate with me, you'd like to ask me any questions at all, I'm open to all of those things. Please remember to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram as well. I'm open to questions in the live chat, but if there are none coming through, then I'm going to close this off. I'm going to wish you all a wonderful new moon in Taurus. Wish you all the success in the world with your manifestation work, as well as what you need to let go of that's blocking you. I'll see you all again in a couple of days. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, everyone.